time checking out the show. Let me know what city, what state you're coming in from. If you're outside of the U.S., let me know what country you're representing. Throw up your flag. Family, I need you to smash up the likes, smash up the likes, smash up the likes. Yeah. Now check this out, family. We got Colombian Senator Miguel Miguel Uberi. Miguel Uribe. Wow, what am I thinking about? Miguel Uribe, a potential presidential frontrunner. He's clinging to life after being shot in broad daylight during a political event over the weekend. This happened in Bogota on Saturday while the 39-year-old was greeting supporters at a park. According to officials, a gunman walked up to him from behind and blasted him. A 15-year-old kid. 15-year-old kid went out there and did the dirty work, you know, and they have him in custody, as you would imagine. They say they put out a reward, over $700,000 as a reward for $730,000 to be exact, a reward for any solid leads. Apparently the 15-year-old is not talking. So they're trying to get leads on who may have put the 15-year-old up to this this shooting. Mr. Uribe is clinging to life. He's clinging to life after being shot from behind. It's a little sketchy as far as like, what was he shot in the head or was he shot in the back? But he was apparently shot from behind. Yeah, shot from behind in the back. Okay, we got it. Shot from behind in the back. This is Miguel Uribe, Colombian senator, who is a potential presidential frontrunner. Somebody was nervous about dude because they tried to take him out. Stressing once again that politics is a dirty, dirty game and how people in America really should count their lucky stars, because to date, that is not how people out here get down. People in America don't get down like that. I don't know if it's because of the fear. I'm thinking it must be the fear that Americans have of being severely punished for killing a politician. Because in Colombia, in Mexico, and other places, other regions of the world where they will take out a political candidate like that, they kill mayors, governors, presidents, they don't give a damn. It's the same kind of punishment. They still severely punish them when they do kill public officials. I'm just wondering, why doesn't more Americans operate like that? Why come more Americans don't try assassinating political figures? I'm not encouraging it. I'm just wondering why that doesn't happen more often in America. Because like I say, the punishment, that's still going to be punishment, you know, it's still going to be a penalty. And the way Americans are going around shooting everybody else, I mean, Americans are like, it's very, very, it's easy to get killed in America these days. It's really easy to get killed. You can get killed just pulling up in the wrong driveway, trying to reverse. You know, you trying to back into somebody's driveway, drive into somebody's driveway and back out. By the time you back out, somebody's shooting at you. You knock on the wrong door, you can get shot. Bump into somebody in the supermarket, you can get shot. Hell, just be in the supermarket shopping and you can get shot. So it's all kinds of ways. I mean, people, it's very easy to get killed in America these days. So, and people are killing everybody. They're killing everybody they're killing everybody a lot, except the the two professions that are not getting a big hit is law enforcement. No matter what they say, there ain't a lot of law enforcement officers who get killed. More law enforcement agents commit suicide than who are murdered. But so you got law enforcement, you got politicians. Very seldom is a politician killed. Very seldom is a lawmaker, a law enforcement officer killed. Yeah, you cut somebody off in traffic, you can get killed. You know, throw up the bird. Y'all better stop throwing that bird up while y'all driving down the street, cussing people out and stuff. You don't know who behind that wheel. You don't know what kind of day that person have. And you don't know what that person just said to themselves. Because sometimes, you know how you wake up sometimes and you say, man, if anybody, sometimes you might not take it as far as killing somebody, but you know, you're going to go off. You know, you had those moments where you say, man, when I go to work today, man, ain't anybody get out of line. Anybody come at me crazy, man, I'm going to let them have it. And you commence to a verbal beatdown. Give them a verbal beatdown the moment somebody get out of pocket. So people are wild. It's wild out here, man. It's the wild, wild west out here. But they're not killing politicians, at least not in a copious amount. They're not doing that. So I'm just wondering why that don't happen more often in America, though, because I do know that people in America are fed up with politicians lying to them and doing things to harm their livelihood, right? Proving things to harm their health. Think about all these the only reason why we got chemicals in our foods is because politicians and lawmakers allow it to happen. You know, that's the only reason why. If they would have just said, yo, that ain't happening no more around here, you know, get your act together right now. Y'all got to the end of the week, so you can't make no money with us. All of that'll change overnight. All that soda and candy, all this stuff that have those preservatives and fucose and all, man, all that stuff that they be putting in there that they know that has carcinogens in it. They know. All of that stuff will come out just like that. They'd stop it just like that. So yeah, it would stop just like that if they wanted it to stop. But it's not stopping because everybody got their hand in the pot. Everybody getting paid. So our politicians are selling us out. They're actually selling us out to the highest bidder. So that's what's happening. So yeah, I'm just wondering why. I'm just wondering why it's not happening more often in America. Authorities say the 15-year-old shooter was caught with a 9mm Glock pistol and taken into custody. A Colombian news outlet obtained some of the messages the alleged hitman had on his phone in the WhatsApp chat. Police are offering a reward of $730,000 for any solid leads. Well, I would think that the first solid lead would be the hitman himself, perhaps. He was obviously paid by somebody. One of the political parties, somebody connected to one of the political parties commissioned him to do the murder. Question is, which one? You can't always look at the opposite side. Sometimes you have to look at within, because from what I understand, JFK murder was an inside job, and Lyndon B. Johnson benefited. Same party. The cartel Seems like the cartel is involved in this in some kind of way. It seems like the cartel, somebody hired a 15-year-old to do their dirty work. A 15-year-old boy just threw his whole life away. 15 years old. And he probably was some poor kid, some family destitute, probably gave him $1,000, $500 or something. He'll take this gun and go shoot this dude. Threw his whole life away. So Colombian Senator Miguel Uribe, a potential presidential frontrunner, is clinging to life after being shot in broad daylight during a political event over the weekend. So this happened in Bogota on Saturday while he was greeting supporters at a park. Officials say that a gunman came up from behind him and shot him in the head. You know it was amateur night because if you can get that close to get off a slug, then you can get that close to finish the job. And obviously the youngster didn't know what he was doing. But dude is clinging to life. They say that he's in stable condition, but you know how that go. Anytime you have a life-threatening injury, things could take a turn for the worse at any moment. But right now, his wife say that he is in stable condition, but he is definitely not out of the woods. I do believe though, fam, and this is not something that I'm hoping for, but I just believe that there is no way America can continue to operate the way it does without something similar happening to politicians in America. Because Americans, if they killing everything and they're hot-headed. America needs one big old therapy session. Like everybody needs to be, I need to go to therapy too. Everybody, man, I got PTSD too. Everybody. You know, I got PTSD from watching all of the murders going on. All of the killing, all of the violence in America. So everybody needs therapy. Everybody. Everybody needs to have anger management courses. Everybody needs to take some anger management courses. Some people wake up mad for no reason, just mad just to be mad. Everybody just mad. Everywhere you go, people mad. You go to the grocery store. Used to be, I don't know if you guys have a Whole Food where you are, but it used to be a time where I could go to a Whole Food store in Houston, and you know the people at the Whole Food store would be very accommodating, very polite, and now you go to the Whole Food store, they be checking your groceries out like this. Scanning your stuff. Yeah, man, you all right? You good? Like, what you mad about? If you that damn mad, if coming to work make you that mad, shit, you need to get another job. You go to, I saw on a video, some girl from Chick-fil-A arguing with the customer. I'm like, Chick-fil-A, not Chick-fil-A too, because Chick-fil-A they got something that they've done where they know how they hire a particular type of person, a person with a certain temperament, you know, and even a certain look. They know how to hire people, and they're very consistent. It's almost like all these people they hire are the same people. They look different. They sound different. But their temperament and their disposition is the same. You know? Very, even their tone, you know what I'm saying? The way that the tone is even keel, you know? But one squeezed through the cracks. Because I saw one on this viral video. She was having a meltdown. She was talking real slick, talking about how these, I think this was one where she was talking about how they were messing with people's food and all this type of stuff. Chick-fil-A. I used to eat Krispy Kreme donuts. They used to be good. Man, you start going to Krispy Kreme. Now people at Krispy Kreme don't want to be there. They got donuts all on the floor and all kinds of stuff. And this reminds me of the movie American Gangster, where Denzel and Bumpy Johnson walked in with Frank Lewis and Bumpy Johnson, the characters who played these guys, walks inside of this, I think it was a department store, and Bumpy Johnson starts to lamenting about the customer service, like this big old store, and nobody was in the store to greet them. Nobody was walked up to them to ask them that they need any help or anything. And he was just talking about how America has changed, and there ain't no, what happened to the little man, you know? The big companies have, they pretty much ran the little companies out of business, and there's no place for the little man anymore. And he was just talking about there's no personal connection with the businesses and the customers. No personal connection anymore. And it's getting worse because now they got out, with the advent of AI, you get more robots doing the job that humans have done traditionally. And it's going to get worse and worse and worse. And, now might be the time for somebody to get that therapist license. Because I can guarantee you that there's going to be a huge influx in people who are going to be making, therapy a way of life. That's just going to be a regular expense. That's going to be a regular expense. It's going to be an expense just like, paying your light bill, your therapy bill. Watch. Like so far, right now, more so the rich are doing it. People that are well off are doing it. But people are in the middle income range are starting to do it. But it's going to get to a point to where it's just going to be a normal thing. Everybody going to have a therapist. Hey, Boogie, what up? Flip the script. What's up, Charles? All right, fam, that's my time. That's my time. I got more videos coming today, fam. Y'all look out. In the meantime and in between time, enjoy the rest of your morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are in the world. No more talk.